Hey guys, how you doing? We're in the kitchen. Today we're going to make meals that you can make individually for yourself, or if you and your spouse or partner want to have their own separate meal. This is what we're making today. So if you follow us on the other side, see you then. Alright, so what we're doing today is we are going to be making Cornish game hens. So, as you can see, bigger one for the guy, smaller one for the girl, or if you don't eat that much, smaller one for the guy, bigger one for the girl. So, what we're going to do is we make sure that we clean them out and all that. All my chicken, I make sure I brine it. I'll put that video up here. I brine all my chicken. I try to brine really all my proteins. So what we're going to need is salt, pepper, thyme, rosemary, whichever you prefer. I put paprika on everything. I'm going to put a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. You can substitute with the powder kind if you want. I use elephant garlic. I love this stuff. If you watch any of my videos, I love it. I'm actually using a little bit of broth just to help the steaming process. And guys, you will see it's beef broth, but honestly, for some reason, I like the beefy flavor of it. And normally when I brine them, I add a little bit of Worcestershire. So you still get that beefy aspect. First thing we're going to start with is butter. What we're going to do is we're going to make little pats of butter. And we don't want to do it on the other cutting board because we have, raw poultry, raw meat. So we're going to just make a couple slices. You're probably only going to need 2 slightly thicker slices than that per game hen. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this butter, we're going to come over here, we will release the skin. You see how I'm peeling the skin and I'm separating it? I don't fully separate it. I leave it on that rib bone. And now I'm going to take this butter, and if it was a full-size turkey, I would just like shove full pats in there. But this is a small one, so I'm going to break them in half per side. That was one of them little oopsie mistakes that I made. So we have that one done. Now we'll pick this one up. We'll separate this one. And then we're going to grab more butter. You can use salted, unsalted. It really doesn't matter. I just use the unsalted so that way I know how much salt I'm actually putting in my meal. And I'm going to need more butter for the end, so that's not a problem. So, gotta wash my hands. Guys, make sure if you ever use your hands, a utensil, or anything on a raw meat, unless you're going to use the whole product that you're touching, make sure you wash your hands in between. Make sure you don't cross-contaminate. So, in this case, I'm going to probably need about another 5 or 6 of these. So, I'm going to make 6 just in case. And these are going to be a little bit thicker because this is going to add to the drippings that are in my chicken. So, I'll just slide this off to the side. They're my sides. You don't have to worry about that. So now we're going to take our little game hens. We're going to drop them into our pan. One's a little bit bigger than the other, so I want to make sure they sit pretty relaxed. And now I'm just going to take that extra butter that I made. I'm going to cover. Alright, so we're going to take that butter, and what I do is I just put it on top. Make sure I tuck them in the wings. Tuck it down inside there. Hey, you get back. And there we go. And now we put our garlic on top. I know it seems like a lot of garlic, guys, but elephant garlic is not as harsh as normal garlic. So this is going to make for a great gravy at the end. And that's really the whole reason we're putting this stuff in here. Is just to kind of build a, you know, I guess you could say a broth at the bottom. And that's why I said it doesn't really matter if you're using beef or chicken or, yeah, I mean, you don't want to use a fish stock, obviously. But it's just going to add all the flavor to all the juices that come out of the chicken. And now that we have that, once again, gotta wash my hands because I'm going to be grabbing other utensils. Want to make sure it stays clean. Now we're going to go in with our pepper. For some reason lately, I've really liked pepper. So I'm going to go a little bit coarse with it. Make sure we get plenty on there because that's going to also help build the broth that we're going to use for a gravy, which will be in a later video. And then we're going to put our salt, because now I know how much is in there because I used unsalted butter. And we're going to use some thyme. Not just going to put it on there, I want to sprinkle it. You know, a little bit here and there. Don't want to get too much. Don't want to accidentally drop a pile on there. And then my paprika. I'm only going to go with a little bit now. Hopefully a light dusting. And then you'll see later when we bring it out and we take the aluminum foil off and we start to brown it. That's when I'll add a little bit more paprika. It'll bring out that golden reddish brown color. So I'm going to get foil on this, get it in the oven. We're at about 375, as you can see, I have my thermometer. I have two, sorry guys, I have two probes, one for each chicken. We want to make sure that we put it in the dark meat, somewhere around the legs, to make sure that we get it fully cooked. And we'll be back when we pull it out. So, see you in a little bit. Alright guys, here we go. My thermometer says we're pretty close. So let's get it out without getting burnt. And close that back up. Let's not get our wires in the way. Alright. Count it. Alright, there we go. We look good. We're at 167 on the one, 182 on the other. So we're going to take these out. Let these cool so I don't burn myself putting them away. And now I will put these back in the oven for probably 2 to 3 minutes on a broil, just to make sure I get a nice golden brown on them, and we should be fine. Switch over to broil, and I will switch it. So now we're going to go back in the oven. We're going to brown the top up, and then we'll get to plating. So here we go. Only a couple minutes because we have the broiler on high, so we'll be back when we take it out. Alright guys, we are out of the oven. We look good. And now we are going to plate. Do you have any thoughts?
Cornish game hens are amazing. And they're great if you're looking for just 1 to 2 meal size of meat.
And they're great because you can normally buy them in a 2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
great for a family of 4 or a family of 2 for leftovers.
Yeah, I was going to say you can have lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What is Courtney going to do?
Yeah, let's go ahead and plate this.
You just get in there.
Make sure it's all drained. Nestle that right next to all the other sides.
And there you go. I love all that rosemary or thyme. I really love fresh herbs on chicken. Miss Courtney Edge every day. What do you think?
I think it looks amazing and I'm super hungry.
Alright, so guys, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, go over to see Courtney Edge's channel. I'll put it in the description. And don't forget, get in the kitchen, keep cooking. Have a nice one, guys. See ya.